Checking connection. Hey, hey, hey. How y'all doing? How y'all doing? Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, YouTube. Uh-oh, they're having problems starting my live. Let me see. How y'all doing? I'm Dr. Khadija X. Chapman, Coach Millionista. For those of you who know me, I'm a radical well-building strategist. I would love to be your radical well-building strategist. Okay, yay, I'm live. I'm live on Instagram as well. Um, my hair look. It is what it is, guys. I'm here to today. My team and we always kind of talk about what when you go live, Coach Nisa. What are you gonna talk about today? Well, hopefully that stays like that. Okay. I'm really excited to be here. I'm really excited to share, my mission. For those of you who don't know, I am the founder of the Black Millionaires Matrix. It's a wealth building platform designed to engineer Black millionaires. And let me see what this looks like if I can get this back here so that way I can look at both of you guys kind of at the same time. Yay! I think that's a little better. A little better. So I'm trying to adjust my Instagram because Instagram doesn't have like I can go live. I'm live right now on different hmm, on different platforms, right? And it's all kind of like automated. But Instagram, I have to do something a little different. So okay, so let me restart, right? I'm Dr. DJ Chapman, Coach Renista, your radical well-being strategist, and I am also known as Coach Renisa in these internet streets. And I'm here today to talk to you a little bit about my mission, the Black Millionaires Matrix, which I am the founder, the proud founder of. And inside the Black Millionaires Matrix, we actually engineer Black millionaires. And when people join our tribe, we literally challenge you to become a millionaire in a year. So I've talked about this a little bit in the past, but I wanted to just have this conversation right now because it's really relevant. That is there's a lot that is going on or not going on with our I wonder why my little thing just popped off the screen. But anyway, because I want you to get millionaire ready. That's what that says. Everything around me is about energy, literally. So inside how did the Black Millionaires Matrix come to be? Well, first of all, it came during a time when my significant other was like ripped from under me. And for people who know my story, I have a felony. I've been through some things. I'm struggling single parent, 26 years self-employed, and it hasn't been easy, but it's been worth it. And even at times when I wasn't making the most money, I still had the creative mind space to do my own damn thing. Like even if I had to go stand in the welfare line for a moment, I ain't stay there. But it is what it is, right? It just is what it is. And some people would say, well, I'd rather go get a job than to go stand in welfare. Guess what? In a welfare line. Guess what? That's your story. Because I may have done both, real talk. But at the end of the day, whatever I was doing and whatever I was going through when I was younger, I always knew it was only temporary. And that's the mindset that I have today. I have people around me today who don't get that we get to create our own. We create our own worlds based on our future forecasts of the stories that we tell ourselves. So the Black Millionaires Matrix is about teaching people who look like me to understand the power of having a millionaire mindset, because it's way deeper than a millionaire mindset. It's way deeper than engineering $1 million in a year. The Black Millionaires Matrix is about us coming together as a people, loving on each other, and really understanding the power of who we are, and really understanding the game in America. Because there's a video going viral right now that Biden is saying, Black people didn't get whatever they probably could have gotten from some of the money that was out there because we don't have accountants and we don't have attorneys. No, that ain't why. We don't understand the game. That's why we don't understand, like for the first time in history, and I didn't really talk a lot about this, but for the first time in history, you as a Black entrepreneur could receive a loan, a grant, whatever you want to call it, if you met the criteria and you didn't have to have credit. Where they do that at? Where they give you 50,000, 80,000, 100,000, 200,000, whatever amount you would qualify for. Where they do that at, and you don't need credit. We're at in America. And then this is the funny thing. I got to say this. I'm gonna get back to my mission. I had to say this because I was talking earlier to some of my team members. I said it's real interesting how now all of a sudden they want to do the whole audit thing, and then people are running around about the audit thing. And I'm like, well, first of all, I feel some kind of way about that because where in the world can you get a loan from anybody and you don't need a credit check and all you need to qualify some paperwork? Come on, some people figured out the paperwork and did whatever they had to do. This is the thing, in the middle of a pandemic, there's no money, you can't work. Some people couldn't even get unemployment for whatever reason. And there were some people really qualified for unemployment and they didn't get it for whatever reason. And so now it's a matter of survival. And some people can say what they want to say all day long, but we're in the middle of a pandemic. So now you're going to go back and try to audit information to see if people really deserve what they deserve when you set the bar so low for people to qualify. And then it's let me tell you something about America. Not even about America. Well, no, let me say this. We all live by rules, and we all have ways to have a check and balance. So, like, for example, if they were to come out right now with a credit card that said, I'll give you a $50,000 line of credit, all you have to do is put on paper that you make X amount. We ain't verifying nothing. We ain't validating nothing. We just going to go by your word. Come on, people. Come on, people. Like, let's stop it. Let's stop pretending like, oh, everybody needs to be on the up and up who apply for a grant or a loan or whatever. Like, this is my thing. America sets certain people up to fail because we all know there's a whole lot of people who probably didn't qualify, but we all know who they're gonna come after and make look bad. Like, I'm gonna give you another example. Every time I saw a story about SBA, with the exception of one that I saw, and I don't read the news all the time or whatever. I'm not that girl. But it was so interesting that it was always the Black person that was highlighted as doing something unscrupulous who ended up with, in prison or arrested or whatever. So I'm like, out of all these millions of people in the world, you trying to tell me that only Black people were the ones that was out here getting money and doing stupid stuff? Come on. Don't do that. Don't do that. So this is what I'm going to say to anybody who may have received money legally, whether they deserved it, qualified for it, or whatever. Do good with whatever it is that you're doing. Keep the integrity in whatever it is that you're doing, and make sure that you do good with whatever it is that you receive. If you were lucky enough to receive something, there's a lot of people who qualified, didn't know they were qualified, didn't understand the paper game, didn't understand the money game. So yeah, there's some people, because they didn't have an accountant or an attorney, they didn't know. But there's some people who had accountants and attorneys who were ill-advised. So it's not just about having an accountant or attorney. It's really not. I work with some accountants and some attorneys, and everybody ain't smart just because they have a title behind their name. Okay? Like me, I never went to college. I have a doctorate, but I'm gonna tell you this. I run circles around people who look like me, don't look like me, make more money than me, don't have as much as me, but might have degrees. I run circles because it's about the mindset. And I think it's about the heart too. I think it's about being courageous. And I think it's about, each one, teach one, reach one, which is the philosophy that's inside of the Black Millionaires Matrix. Now, let me go back to my mission. Engineering Black millionaires. Why do I want to do that? Well, first of all, $1 million it's a lot of money, but it's not a lot of money. It's a lot of money when you don't have money. When you're on welfare and WIC and things like that, $1 million, like, oh my God, somebody come give me $1 million, I'd be rich. Well, you have to know what to do with the money. You have to know what to do with the money. So the mission behind the Black Millionaires Matrix is really to educate or re-educate people who look like me so that they understand the money game. It's okay. It's deeper than that because we're building a network of people of like minds. I'm really sick and tired of Black people talking about what we won't do, what we can't do, what we're not smart enough to do. And I was around a very, very, very dear friend of mine the other day was so adamant about not wanting to be involved in anything that has too many Black people in it because most Black people are niggas, nigga shit. And I was just like, well, Well, where they do that at? Like, like, why do you think if we ride down the street and it's a bunch of black people congregated, it's got to be nigga shit? Like, this is somebody on my team. I was really offended. Now, they didn't used to feel like this years ago, but they've gotten jaded and cynical. Like, the older they get, I start feeling like they're getting jaded, because this is the thing. I'm around all kind of fly black people in all different classes. It ain't about how much money you have. It's about the mindset. I'm around people in the hood who are doing phenomenal creative things, vegan, neighborhood gardens, and everybody around them is ghetto as hell. So if you at one of their events, so people might pull up in a real loud car with speakers, boom, boom, bass, whatever, rap, might be a little cussing in there. It don't mean everybody on the block is ghetto. It don't mean everybody in that space is I don't want to use the word ghetto, are not learned. So at the end of the day, this is my thing. Be part of a solution, so that as we move to the next level of our radical rise, you're around people like me and my network. Oh yeah, go to getradicalready.com if you want to join our list. Getradicalready.com, so that you can have access to people who look and think like you. Now, one of the first things we talk about inside the Black Millionaires Matrix is the power of you, and how you're the money. And this is the thing: a lot of us, we don't understand that we are the money, because we've been inundated with information that is not for our highest good. And so, like, for example, I started learning that the English language is full of spells, that we put spells on ourselves, right? And we don't even know it. Like, we don't even know that we're walking through, like, that TV show, The Walking Dead. It had so many messages in it that many of us miss, but I don't have time to get into that now. All I'm going to say is this: if you want to be a part of a network designed for you to win, you want to join the Black Millionaires Matrix. It's just really that simple. If you really want to understand the money game, the paper game, the internet game, the online game, the investing game, the trading game, the credit game, all of that is a part of the money game. It's all energetically who you are, who you stand up to be, who you're representing, who's representing you, who you're around. It makes a huge difference in your level of success, in your rise. I'm going to tell you this. I tell this story. When I was younger, got in trouble, met a guy, mastermind, brilliant man, been in prison. When I met him, he said he never want to go back to prison. He understood that there's so many ways to make money legitimately, way more than the stuff he was doing. Guess what? We ended up in a criminal court case. Okay. That's the short story. Because when we were attempting to do everything we wanted to do, there was no Black Millionaires Matrix. We had nobody to go to. When we needed information and we needed resources, there was no one that we knew of to go to. And the few places we went, which was like the NAACP, couldn't help us. We went to the Black Chamber of Commerce, couldn't help us. We went to every black bank we couldn't help us. Tried to find grant writers for grants, couldn't help us. Tried to use our credit cards, couldn't do it. So, but there was no one to really help us. So my partner went back out to doing what he knew. He knew the streets. He knew how to get money using check paper. Back then, a piece of check paper was worth 40 grand, 50 grand, 10 grand, just depending on who had it, how much of it they had, yada, yada, yada. Now you could go in Office Max and buy check paper and print your own checks, yada, yada. But back then, that wasn't the case. So if you could get a check, and he used to make cashier checks. So people really, cashier check, that's golden. Now, that's not what he was doing when I met him and what we got in. Well, he was kind of doing something similar. But the point I'm making is this: I became a product of my environment when I got in trouble. When I partnered with someone who, when they had no other resources, he went back to the streets of what he knew. So through this thing called conspiracy, I was interconnected to his crime because I was a part of his inner circle. Bling, bling, bling. And I take full responsibility because I knew my partner was up to something. I just didn't know what. And you couldn't pay me in a million years to think it was as big as it was and as broad as it was. And I'm going to write a story about it because it was a lot of layers to that time in my life. There was a lot. I could have lost my life, like, honestly. It was a lot. And I had a family member who did something that brought the Secret Service to my house. Had nothing to do with me, my partner, none of that crap, And to this day, they've never apologized for that because I may not have ever got tangled up in that. But this is the thing. I know everything happens for a reason. I know everything's divinely ordained. So I'm not tripping about it. But yeah, they did some real petty stuff. Super petty. That had nothing to do with anything my partner was doing. But whatever. But that's neither here nor there. The point that I'm making is that we do become products of our environment. You know, like I started speaking a language of integrity and understanding what integrity was and how to have integrity, how to create integrity, and how to stand in integrity. Probably around, I think it was around like 2008, maybe. No, I think it was a little earlier than that. I think it was like 2006 because I took a course. I took a course on integrity. And when I took this course on integrity, it changed the game for me. It literally, I got something in my eye. It changed the game for me. Excuse me, guys. Yeah, it changed the game for me. It really did. Because it taught me, first of all, nothing works without integrity. Nothing works. I don't care what it is you're trying to do. I don't care. Nothing works. You have to have integrity as the core foundation of what it is for you to go to the next level. Now, it doesn't mean that if you don't have integrity that you won't have some wins in life or some successes or whatever. However, they'll be short-lived, and your life might even be shortened if you don't move in integrity. I know some phenomenal people who aren't here today, and I know that they did some things in their past that was very hurtful to our community. And they're no longer here. And I just think about it, and I just really think that that's the reason why. And I heard people who show up a certain way in the world, they don't like other people might be judging them from the outside because sometimes we judge people because they got material stuff. But there's a heart and there's a mindset that far exceeds what you have financially, or even stuff, toys, cars, whatever, the purses, all that crap. Just like, for example, with a lot of our youth and even some older people, we've seen them get things and they're posting stuff all over social media about I'm at the Christian Dior store. I'm at the Kate Spade store or Louis Vuitton or Gucci or whatever. And they're all over social media with their toys. We've even seen people get arrested because they did so much stuff on social media that somebody looked and said, "What? Wait a minute. Well, what they doing?" My friend just told me about uh, uh, Kevin Hart. He had an associate assistant, a personal shopper. He'd been on for like 10 years plus. This dude stole like I think $800,000, almost $1 million. And somebody, I don't know if it was Kevin or someone from the team. I think it was Kevin. The guy's all on Instagram showing stuff that Kevin like, well, how much am I paying him? Or where is he? How's he doing all that? The point I'm making is the Black Millionaires Matrix is I wanted to be a resource for us so that we don't have to do all the shenanigans stuff. Like a lot of Black people out here doing the shenanigans stuff because they don't know nothing else to do. They don't have another way. When I was younger and I was really trying to level up and I used to answer ads and I answered I thought of a lot of things to do to get money because I wanted a better way for me and my son at the time. And I never will forget, at one point I thought of being a drug dealer because it was like, they're the ones with all the money and what the hey, I'm tired of this. I'm on welfare and I got a kid and I'm trying to figure it out and whatever. But that didn't. God was like, nah. And I think about things that happen in my life and I'd be like, God be like, that ain't for you. Nah, that ain't for you. I tried it. I literally would either lose stuff that I purchased or something would happen weird, like just weird stuff. And I'd get my money back. I'd always get my money back. The universe is like, that ain't for you. But, growing up in the hood, like I never forget one day I had a guy come over my house. I liked the guy, right? Not like him like boyfriend, girlfriend, but I just liked him. Really super sharp dude. So he comes over my house and he starts telling me about this scam. about scamming older people out of money. And I'm thinking, who is this dude? Like who would scam anybody, let alone older people? Like who get I can't wait to get kick him out of my house. And I just listened to him, right? No judgment. I just listened. But I never talked to him again. He wasn't my friend after that. And he probably doesn't even know that. I never told him. The woman I am today, oh, I would have told him. I would have had a different conversation. I would have been like, yo, that ain't cool. Like, real talk. Like, what if somebody did that to your grandmother or your mother or your older sister? I mean, come on. And this is a golden rule. If you live the way you want to be treated, you treat other people that way, you will win all day long. You will win all day long. The challenge with a lot of us is, oh, hold on. Let me make sure I'm live. Okay. Okay. I can't see when people are texting or commenting or I think there's a way to do that, but I haven't quite figured it out. So thank you so much for those who have joined, especially on Instagram. I can't see a few names there. Hey guys, sent a request to be in your live video. Oh, you did? Okay. Wow. If you're on my live video there, I don't know how to put you on live video here. So maybe I'll do that in a few minutes. But let me finish my mission. My mission statement. Engineering Black Millionaires. Well, Dr. Coach, Dr. Khadijah X. Chapman, Coach Millionista, how the heck you gonna do that? What is the money game? How you gonna teach people the money game? Are you a millionaire? People kill me with that one. Are you a millionaire? It's interesting when people say that because it's like, well, I'm teaching about becoming an engineering Black millionaire, so I need to know a little something about that, level of life. And yeah, about that. It's like deductive logic here, just a little bit of deduct, because it's not about my status of being a millionaire. I'm more millionaire minded than anything. I was a millionaire long before it showed up in my bank account. I was a millionaire when I was on welfare, standing in the line going, oh yeah, this is interesting. And I don't know if I ever told the story, and I hope I'm not repeating myself. But when my first experience with welfare, I was pregnant, about to have a baby, didn't have insurance, didn't have anything. And I had just got off my dad's insurance. So, because I was, I'm not going to tell my age, but whatever. I was early 20s. And yeah, went down there. It was very degrading, very humbling experience. And I don't want to go through the whole story. But by the time I got the paperwork that I was approved and I'm getting this amount, they gave me, and I don't remember the exact numbers, but it was something like this. They gave me close to 200 and I think it was a little over $300 in food stamps for me and another person. I mean, my unborn child. And then they gave me, I think, like a check for like $200 and some change. So I'm thinking it's prorated. I don't know. I don't have a clue. I lived in Cleveland, Ohio at the time. My rent was $400 at the time. I had a 1-bedroom. And I remember the check was $200 and some change. And excuse me, I remember thinking, I thought it was like prorated or something, right? I thought it was like, okay, this is gonna be a little bit more next time. No, that was it. And in that moment, I didn't understand when people be like, yeah, Black people would just want to have kids and be on welfare. And I'm thinking, what the hell? Like, where can you, I couldn't even, I had a 1-bedroom, 400. I was so confused. And then I had a different level of respect for women who were on welfare, and I seen them living very decent lives, and I seen their kids dressed well, and I seen them driving a car. Maybe it wasn't a Mercedes or anything like that, but it was a decent car, right? Whole new level of respect. I grew up with my dad and my grandmother, and my aunt, and my dad made decent money, and he made really good money, and my aunt, everybody was self-sufficient, everybody worked, everybody had a few dollars, right? So I didn't grow up like with food stamps or anything like that. And they ain't knocking nobody who did. It is what it is. I knew what they were. Unlike my kids, they didn't know what food stamps were for a long time. But even when I was on welfare, they were too young to know. But anyway, the point is, we need accountability for our communities, and we need to change the conversation. So the Black Millionaires Matrix is about us changing the conversation so that we do have a resource and we do have a place to thrive and a place to grow and a place to be nurtured and a place to win. And not only that, I have a vision that one day there will have so many members that will have, you know how you have AAA, and you know you whip out your little card, or AARP, and you get, well, a lot of y'all don't know about AARP, but you know some people do, regardless of whatever age you are. But these are clubs that you get all these discounts, and you get um, oh, excuse me. I took this. Well, I'll tell you about that later. I took this apple cider vinegar goji beer, and it's the blue one that has ashwagandha in it, and they said it makes you sleepy and it puts you to sleep. Every time I take it, I start getting sleepy. So I'm gonna take one at night just to see. But anyway, um, we need a place where we can be nurtured on, loved on, taught our history, our real history, and given the rules to the game of a country that we're in. Whether we got here or whether we're already here, we're inside of a dynamic where more of us really, really, really need to learn how to win so that we can all win. Because what would it look like for you if you were in a community and everybody around you were Black millionaires? What would that look like? What would that look like? If you knew of a deal and you needed 10 million and you could easily pick up the phone and 10 million people could just show up with $1 million and not even think twice about it, what would that look like for you? Some people think, well, why? And oh, this is the thing. We're building the Black Millionaires Matrix, and to get in the Black Millionaires Matrix is absolutely free. There's levels to this shit, though. There's levels to this ish. My one mentor says, "Don't cuss. That means you have a bad heart, not a dark heart." I don't believe that, but I don't think a person should just be cussing. You know what I'm saying? But I mean, you know, every once in a while, I don't think it's that big of a deal. And you know, that's my positioning about it. I have not joined people's organizations because they cuss way too much. But then I have joined some people organizations that they got a little potty mouth. So no judgment. But guys, I just really want you to know that my mission is really more about engineering Black millionaires so that we can fund our own school system, we can fund a legal fund, we can do things that make sense for our people to be more advanced, and we're not looking for somebody else to come and take care of us or give us a handout. You know, we need to build our own banks. We need to really understand the internet game. So with that being said, guys, oh wait, let me see if I can bring this one guy on. I'm gonna try to do that. Let me see. Let's see. Did he Wood by Kiera? Hi, Kiera. How are you? Wood by Kiera. Hey, lady, how are you? I think Kiera did my makeup before. She's a beast. Let me see. Is it too late to view the request? Go live with Jackpot Ram. Let's see how this goes. And Jackpot Rim, I tried to add you to my live. It may have been too late. Hang on, we'll tell them on fire. Hi, Miss Mercedes. Hi, Shayna. King, is that King? Girl? Jackpot, I tried. Uh-oh, are you here? Hey. Hello, how are you?
Hey.
Hey. What's going on? You wanted to join my live?
I'm joining it. I'm online with you.
You online with me? So what's happening? What's popping? You wanted to add to the conversation?
Breaking up a lot too.
Oh, I said, was your goal to add to the conversation? Can you hear me?
Yeah, I hear you now.
Okay. So do you have a question, a comment? You just wanted to add to the conversation? Can you guys see?
Breaking up again.
You know what? My internet is not the best here. Someone was telling me Google has a internet that's really amazing. I may try it. Can you hear me at all?
Yeah, I hear you.
Yeah. So my apologies. My internet isn't the best. I was asking, did you have something to say? Did you want a comment, a question?
No, I'm just listening. I'm all ears. I'm listening.
Oh, okay, okay. Well, thank you for being here. You requested to come on live. You know that, don't you?
Yeah.
Oh, you did that intentionally.
Yeah, I did.
Okay, where you at in the world?
I'm in Cleveland.
Oh, okay, okay, awesome. You know I'm from Cleveland.
This is Monique's brother.
You know what? You look so familiar. I'm over here going. You look so familiar to me.
This Monique.
Hey,
This
okay.
Monique's brother, Khadija.
I got it. I got it now. Why you look? Okay, okay. I got it now.
Yeah, I'm on the freeway. I just got off work.
Okay, got it, got it. All right.
So
Yeah, I just saw you at her party.
I just joined in, just getting out work. So I just
Okay. Well, thank you for joining. I just hated not to invite you in since you did ask to come on live. Oh well, it ended. Okay, guys. So that was my friends, and I know he looked familiar. I'm like, he looked familiar. That's so embarrassing. Anyway, I go get LASIK surgery in a few days, so hopefully my my eyesight be a little bit better. Blink, 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 blink. All right, guys, well, listen, it's your girl, Dr. Khadija Chapman, Coach Manista, just saying thank you so much for sharing a millionaire moment. I know I kind of went a little longer here today, just kind of talking kind of all over the place, but it is what it is. You know, I speak from my heart, not from a chart. No, I was trying to rhyme, but that was so corny. But anyway, I'm Dr. Khadija Chapman, Coach Manista. And yeah, the mission is to engineer Black millionaires. The mission is to create a network that is so phenomenal. But we have resources and we can love on each other. We can get the information and the resources that we need in the time that we need them. I feel like we really, really, really need a legal fund. We need a legal tribe. Like we have what's his name, Pastor Al Sharpton, where if something really heinous happens, he kind of could show up. Maybe I shouldn't use the word heinous, but we need something that's just more like matter of fact. Like we ain't gonna mess with them because they part of the TBM, the Black Millionaires Matrix, right? Like we already know that they coming strong. It's a group of them. They not playing. They, you know, I ain't for the marching thing. I'm really not. We have black men sitting in prison. I'm sorry. We have black men sitting in jail right now because they needed a couple $100. I mean, really? I mean, real talk. Like $100, $150, $200, and their family just either don't have it or they just not accessible. Either or, you know. Um, we gotta change some things, guys. We gotta change some things in our lifetime. We got to change some things. We got to create some synergy around loving each other and being there for each other. But that's it, guys. I got to go. Go to getradicalready.com. If you want to be a part of this network, if you really want to join and do the work, you want to roll your sleeves up, get your hands dirty, get your hands dirty so that you could create. It's like you have to till the land. You have to plant the seeds. You have to plant them. Money ain't growing in your bank account just because you cute. Money ain't going to your bank account just because you got a degree. Money ain't going to you got to do the work. You have to activate your genius. And that's what the Black Millionaires Matrix is all about. It's about activating your genius so that you can have your next level rise. All right, with that, I'm complete. It's your girl, Dr. DJ Chapman, Coach Minista, your Radical Wealth Building Strategist. I'm the girl who helps you put the big in your business, the bold in your branding, the amazing in your marketing, so that you can ultimately have millions going through your bank account, doing what you love, sharing your passion, and your genius zone in the world. So with that, I'm complete. Peace, love, and light, and yes, 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 prosperity.